I'm obviously very rude. It's fine. Drag me on the floor. I ghosted for 2 months. Like, that's actually really rude. Like, no. Yeah, that's not okay. There should be some form of like penalties for this shit. But your girl is back. I'm so sorry for ghosting like that. Yeah, a lot's just been happening over these past few months, and even when I was ready to like, you know, get back into the groove, like I had technical problems and then something else came up, like guningi. But alas, we can get back into it. I'm so sorry. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. This channel is all about healthy hair care, although I am in braids, like as a protective style, just because like I was 5'2" relaxing my hair. Literally 5'2" relaxing my hair at some stage. So if I don't braid it up or just have it like done, I'm literally going to relax, and obviously what would happen to this channel. So yeah, in this video I'll be talking about transitioning from relaxed to natural. And yeah, quite a few people have, you know, come to me about this topic, so I thought I might as well do it. Yo, I transitioned, I didn't big chop or anything like that. Like, it took me years. Like this journey is gonna take you years, so you need to like prep this new journey that you're going to embark on, because it's going to be a long one, it's going to be a trying one, you're going to be tested, literally tested. So if you feel like you're not up for it, maybe just do the big chop. But if you think you can, you know, endure the trials and tribulations, then definitely stay tuned. So I don't know if this applies to anyone, but I know where I live, like local salons have always discouraged us to like keep our growth for like a long time. And even I believe this. Like, I would relax my hair as soon as I see even a millimeter of growth, relax my hair, because they used to tell us that it's not good because I don't know what that is in English, so if someone can just help me. Yeah, then it's gonna fall off, it's gonna break, etc. So you can't keep your growth for like a long time. Like, that's what I was taught personally. But as I'm learning more and more about healthy hair care tips, I'm learning that this is not true. Like, growth is grand. Like, you want growth. It's going to help you flourish. It's going to make your hair thicker, especially if you prolong it. And the only reason they told us that, you know, growth is not good for us is because we don't know how to take care of it. So it's not so much that they lied or that they were wrong. We just don't know how to take care of new growth. So that's what we're going to be dealing with in this video. So when you're relaxed, obviously over time and over a few months, you get growth. And that's like your natural, that's like your actual natural hair. So you get the growth, and then you get the rest of your hair, which is relaxed. So when you're transitioning, your focal point is that growth, my gal. Like, you're going to be dealing with 2 different types of textures. It doesn't sound like a lot of work, but it really is. So you need to really cater to the needs of your growth, your new growth. And that growth, where you know where the relaxer meets the growth, like that point is called the line of demarcation, where, you know, marks the growth part and the relaxed part. But that point right there, like that junction, that is gonna make or break how you transition. So in your transitioning journey, you want to keep that point strong and like breakage free. Otherwise you're gonna have a miserable time. So how you want to strengthen that point is by moisturizing. Actually, before I even get into that, the first thing you want to do in general is have a regimen. You know how you have your skincare regimens, you have your diet, whatever, workouts, routine, regimen, whatever. Same for your hair. In that regimen, you want to state, okay, I'm gonna manipulate my hair this amount of times. I'm going to wash my hair this amount of time on a weekly basis or monthly basis, which I discourage. I always encourage weekly doing things on a weekly basis, except for moisturizing, which should be daily, basically. So anyway, you want to also work out what products you're going to use in your regimen. You want to just basically how many times you're going to manipulate your hair throughout the week or throughout the month. So that's the first thing you want to do. As I was saying, the line of demarcation, how you strengthen it is by moisturizing. I've done a healthy hair care tips video. If you haven't seen that, please see that first, because a lot of what I said there is going to be said now, like it still applies. So it's going to be slightly redundant. Anyway, so how you strengthen that line of demarcation and your growth, etc. Like you want to moisturize on a daily basis. I used to moisturize with, I'd put like water in a spray bottle. Water, oil, like 70% water, 30% oil. I did that for a few months. Wasn't working out for me. Switched it up with water. Glycerin. Glycerin is the plug. Glycerin is a humectant, so you know it's going to keep that area super moist and it's going to attract moisture. Although, I don't know, in this season, because the air is a bit dry because it's winter, but I still use glycerin and then also oil as well. So it's just in a spray bottle. Other sprays, obviously, you have your, what are other sprays? The Revlon Special Feeling Oil Activator Spray, that really worked well for my hair. The Cantu Shea Butter, that also works well. There are many moisturizers that you can choose from. When you pick out your moisturizer, you want to make sure that the first ingredient is water. H2O, amanzi. If it doesn't have water as the first ingredient, it's not a moisturizer. Like Boma, what do you call them? Hair food. Guys, I know in the black community, we used to live by hair food. Hair food is not a moisturizer. It's got petroleum, mineral oil. All it does, it's like Vaseline. Like all it does is not even trap moisture. It clogs your hair, basically. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have water, so it's not moisturizing. I'll repeat. Hair food is not moisturizer. Sharp. So that's what you want to do. Obviously, you're gonna put it on you're gonna spray it on your actual growth and the rest of your hair. But like the growth is takes priority in this case, as well as your ends, because as much as you're transitioning into like a new, completely new, different texture, you still want the rest of your hair to be healthy during that transition, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's one way to strengthen the line of demarcation. Secondly, deep conditioning. This is a standard procedure. You should be deep conditioning your hair on a weekly basis, if not every 2 weeks, which I personally don't do. I like to, deep condition my hair every week after I wash my hair, which is once a week. So you want to deep condition your hair, especially paying attention to the growth area. That's gonna, strengthen and keep your line of demarcation intact. Sharp. Another thing you want to do is incorporate protein. I talk about protein in almost all my videos, literally. It's key, it is essential. You need protein for strengthening. And protein conditioners, they make your hair very hard and straw-like. So because of that, you have to follow up with a deep condition, a moisturizing deep condition. Examples of protein conditioners include the Keratin Smooth, the Tresemme Keratin Smooth. Disclaimer, there's no such thing as white people products. I use Tresemme on my wigs, but I also use Tresemme on my actual hair. Aiko indektiwa ama product abelungu. You can you can use those products. So that's another protein conditioner. Another one is the ORS hair mayonnaise. Also a protein, another protein, egg, mix it up, put some oil in it, and you have a protein treatment. So you want to incorporate protein. Anytime you are trying to strengthen your hair or prevent it from damage, protein is going to be a thing. It has to be a thing in your regimen. So protein, you don't want to use every single week. You want to do it twice a month. No more than that. I've said this 100 times. Like, I don't know, guys. But yeah, protein treatments are a must for your transitioning hair, especially because you're dealing with two different textures. You're going to have quite a lot of breakage. Even if you are following these tips that I'm giving you, and abiding by your regimen on a consistent basis, you will still experience breakage just because it's a transitioning period. Like, your hair is crazy right now, so you want to just bear with your hair and have patience. That's another thing that it's going to test your patience, because yeah, the breakage is real regardless. But once you push through that, it's literally uphill from there. Sharp. As I said, you're dealing with two different textures. So one texture, your growth will behave a lot differently to your relaxed hair. So you need to kind of keep a balance. I'm not saying like use one product for your growth and another product for your relaxed hair, but you just need to be aware that what works for your growth isn't going to work for your relaxed hair, vice versa, and just like maneuver ways in which to, like, you know, deal with that. Another thing that you want to probably will help you is protective styling. Braids, wigs, weaves, that's going to save you months of breakage. However, you have to still be doing the routines that you were before you had your protective style. But I mean, they obviously differ depending on what you have on your hair, but like, you're not going to neglect your hair in a protective style. So even though I have braids, I'm still spraying, I'm still moisturizing and sealing my roots and my ends. Like, you can see where your hair ends. However, these are crochet braids. If you want a tutorial, hit me up. But yeah, you don't want to neglect your hair in a protective style, because when you're undoing that protective style, it's gonna, like, your hair will suffer because you haven't been taking care of it for the months or weeks that you've had your protective style. So that is basically it for transitioning. It's not always like that hectic or that deep, but you do have to be consistent. You do have to, you know, endure and get through this period so your hair can be luscious and, you know, great. Literally, guys, it seems as if you're not doing anything during the transitioning period. I remember the one time my cousin, I'd just done a protein treatment. She was like, "Le, when you don't like take care of your hair, like what's going on with your hair?" Little did she know that I was grinding literally on a consistent basis, and you're gonna have setbacks. Like, that's just inevitable. It's like, my hair is not where it's meant to be just because I had to cut it so many times. So yeah, that's basically it for transitioning tips. I hope this video was helpful to anyone. If anyone is thinking of transitioning, please, you know, refer them to this video. And yeah, I think the next video I'll probably show my hair journey, like from 2014. Yeah, from 2014 till now. Thank you for watching up to the end of this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and thumbs up for me, please. Okay, cool.